cult of Hasan for claims of a stolen election. Okay. There is an English language thread on this as well. Bolsonarista terrorists have broke down the police barrier and invaded Congress. Invaded the Congress ramp and threatened to occupy the chamber in the Senate. The Minister of Justice, Flavio Dino, announced that he is allowing the use of all federal forces against them. So I take one fucking day off, and the Ameribus in Brazil, the fucking hogs, the Bolsonaristas, who are literally like the exact same fucking piglets that we have here in America, okay, but somehow even fucking dumber. I don't know how. Well, they decided it's time. It's time to fucking storm the halls just like January 6th, just like our very own American hogs did. All right, let's take a look.
In Brazil, a massive riot in the capital over false claims of fraud in a presidential election. Thousands of people stormed the Congress and the offices of the president. Chief Global Affairs anchor Martha Radis starts us off. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, George. The images coming out of Brazil this morning are shockingly similar to the siege on our own Capitol building, with rioters claiming the Brazilian election was stolen. But
shockingly similar because the claims are the same. The people are exactly the same. Their ideology is the same. And also, it too was a fucking idiotic, absolutely nonsensical, like, going nowhere ass fucking move. You know what I mean? It doesn't work that way. You can't just like get a bunch of fucking people together who are all like small business owners and shit, okay? And then a bunch of poor people too, but especially like a bunch of fucking small business owners coming together and going, all right, we're taking over the Congress now.
Hoss-boggies.
Or whatever the fuck you would, however you would do the Brazilian hog voice. I don't know how to do it. Like, all right, we are taking over Congress. You don't know. And then like they fucking did that. Okay, what's next? Fucking Lula's not there. No politicians are there. They did it on a Sunday, which is even dumber.
Never watched Hasan live.
Okay.
Always delayed.
Meanwhile, motherfucking Bolsonaro is in Florida, in a Florida hospital. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on, but I of course called it. I called that too. What did I tell you? I told you this motherfucker is going to come to America and get sick and experience our no free, no longer has the platinum fucking state sponsored healthcare that he once had. And he's going to have to pay like 30 grand in a shitty fucking Florida hospital. Every time he's about to go to jail, he just pretends to be sick. Dude, it is a goated move, okay? It unironically is a goated fucking move. It's like when you're in like middle school, okay? And you have homework, but you didn't do your homework. So you don't want to go to school because you know there's a quiz later too, and you just pretend to be sick. That's Bolsonaro, bro. Literally like fucking 550 years old and doing the same shit.
UPI gang.
Anyway. Dude, how'd you literally call that exactly a week ago? Come on, man. Like, calling that Bolsonaro is going to get hilariously sick is not exactly a big call. Like, it just, this is what he does, my man. This is what he does. He always does this.
the attacks in Brazil were even more widespread. Overnight, Brazilian authorities retaking control after thousands of rioters stormed several government buildings in Brazil's capital city.
By the way, at this point, this is just like autopilot. Like, America doesn't even need to do a coup anymore because, like, they set up every Latin American country with, like, so many of these, like, weird fascists that they historically have placed in positions of power that, like, America doesn't even need to touch the fascism coup dial for it to, like, try to happen. Obviously, if they don't do it, though, if they don't actually fucking do it on their own, it's basically like this. It's just, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be really fucking stupid. But it's not surprising that it happened. You called that J6 would happen in other countries 2 years ago. I literally watched the other video yesterday. I did. And I also have told you time and time again, that no matter what the fuck happens, like Brazil is always going to copy America. So obviously that is what's going on here. They are literally trying to fucking copy America because their hogs are so similar to our homegrown hogs. Okay. Which is why not only did they storm the fucking, Congress, they also filmed themselves doing it.
13 months of brain
They
rot.
also
Love you,
filmed
Has.
themselves
Don't forget to
doing
drink
it
water.
again.
Hassle.
Like they watched what was going on in January 6th. By the way, if only I was there, I would have fucking done this. Pow! I would have defended Congress single-handedly with the power of anime on my side. Anyway, but they did this. They did the exact same shit. They filmed themselves doing this dumb shit again because hogs are so incredibly hopped up on the greatest drug of all, okay? It's not cocaine, it's not ketamine, it's entitlement, okay? They have a level of entitlement that you will never be able to understand. They're like, what do you mean? Life has always worked for me in the way that it's supposed to. All these systems are supposed to benefit me. And if you think that that is not the case, then you're a fucking asshole. You're wrong. I'll show you. I'll show you that you're wrong. I'll even get violent. Okay?
Supporters of former President Jair Bolsonaro, who lost his bid for re-election in October, reaching offices housing the National Congress, the Supreme Court, and even presidential offices. The scene looking eerily reminiscent of the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol building after former President Trump's election defeat. Police attempted to repel the rioters, seen here confronting a group on the roof of the National Congress building with weapons drawn. On the ground, officers fired tear gas into the crowd, trying to push them back. The government was not in session, but the demonstrators refusing to accept the election.
Like, this makes it funnier. Like, at least when January 6th happened, like, there was a government in session. Trump was there, and he was, like, goading people into doing something. Like, they weren't even in session. Like, the halls were empty, dog.
The hell is the A word?
Like, that's the... Okay, I'm fucking muting TTS. Okay, we're not.
Victory of President Lula da Silva, sworn in just days ago. Hours after the protests began, former President Bolsonaro criticizing the protests and saying destruction and invasion of public buildings are not a part of democracy. But Bolsonaro, called the Trump of South America, has repeatedly claimed voter fraud and encouraged a military coup after his loss.
I mean, if you want to understand the entitlement, yes, some cops helped them originally. And not only that, but they were also cheering on the arrival of the military right before getting arrested by them because they thought the military was there to support them. They thought it was like a coup happening because they're fucking idiots. Like, they have no way of comprehending that what they're doing is wrong. It's like a spoiled kid. That's it. It's the same shit. Oh, yeah, this was awesome. I saw this one as well. I mean, dude, come on. Come the fuck on, bro. They had a Brazilian QAnon shaman, bro. That's crazy. I mean, this is like literally just a carbon copy, bro. It's a carbon copy. This is not from the Insurrection. Oh, fuck, really? I got fake news? Oh, that's a bummer. This was on a protest from a different day. Oh, really? Well, I really hope that this guy made it into the fucking fuck. That makes me sad. They want to be us so bad. I mean, it's not an accident that he's doing this, okay? Like, this did happen, just not on January 6th. This has way more drip than the American QAnon shaman. No, I mean, he is still a Bolsonaro hog. This guy is also a Bolsonaro hog. Yeah, they were hitting a horse. They were hitting a policeman on a horse. Like, they were just being fucking crazy. Where is it? Hold on. Here it is. They finally go in and arrest everybody. Earth Baby, thank you for the 25. Get the subs. Bannon was involved with Bolsonaro after all. Fucking loser, dude. He was celebrating it too. And here they are now. Incredible photo taken today at the Federal Police Academy where they are interrogating insurrectionists one by one and drawing up charges for their crimes. Here it is. That's a FEMA death camp, brother. They got him. They fucking owned him. Let's finish this coverage and then I'll get to
President
more details.
Lula surveying the damages in his presidential offices after police cleared the protesters and secured the buildings. At least 400 people have been arrested, according to the Brazilian government.
It's at
There
1,200
remains a
now, I
heavy
think.
police presence in Brazil's capital this morning. President Lula vowing that all the terrorists who did this will be found and punished, and President Biden calling the attacks outrageous. Robin?
Very disturbing scene there in Brazil.
Yeah. Biden is urged, by the way, to extradite Bolsonaro after his supporters stormed the Brazilian government buildings. That's the funniest part about this, okay? The funniest part about this is that, like, Bolsonaro's supporters, the Bolsonarista hogs, just like Donald Trump, okay? They were fucking out there throwing their bodies at a problem that they did not even realize, okay, with goals that they had no fucking, with unimaginably unattainable goals, with a organization that is, with organizational practices that was not going to be enough, with no fucking military support, some federal police support, of course, but like no military support overall. And meanwhile, while they're doing this shit, okay, Bolsonaro is in fucking Florida, sleeping in a minion bed, allegedly, okay, in a UFC fighter's house. He's staying in a Brazilian UFC fighter's house in Brazil. Okay. What is this? Everyone at the Brazilian January 6th is going to be named Socrates Fernandes de Baptista Minotauro Jr. Supermaninho shirts. This was on October 30th, and he did it. Unsurprised. I mean, I called this as well. I told you this was going to happen as well. But, like, you know, it's a lock. Like, anything America does, anything the American right wing does, expect the Brazilian right wing to also do the same with the benefit of hindsight. That's the funniest part about this conversation. The most expected thing, of course, is like, yeah, they were going to do January 6th. They're a bunch of fucking idiots. They are the same dumb hogs that we have here, okay? They're stupid. They were expected to do stupid shit. But the funnier part about it is that they should have known better because they saw what happened in January 6th. Like, we're 2 years post January 6th. And they still did it. The minion bed proof? Yeah. It's wild to me that we won't allow asylum seekers in with Title 42, but let the most diseased man on the planet in with no questions. Yeah. Anyway, all while this is happening, Bolsonaro is like browsing through the fucking aisles of Publix, okay, an American institution. He went to like every fucking right-wing fascist's favorite, every Latin American right-wing fascist's like favorite secret hideout, Florida, okay. and he had KFC the day before the insurrection. And while the insurrection in Brazil is happening, I believe he had to go to a hospital for stomach aches again because his stomach hurts. It's just like, you can't write this. If someone were to write this as a comedy bit, I would say it's too on the nose. And yet, it happens in the real world, and it happens in the funniest fucking ways possible. Now, of course, the hogs and the hogalinas and the hogalinos, okay, shouts out to Brazil, they did this with the exact same opinions. Like, they used electronic voting machines. They weaponized the Constitution against us. How? Nobody knows. And they basically, they feel, just like the American hogs do, that the election was stolen from Bolsonaro.
All right, Martha, thank you.
Steve Bannon is...
And Steve Bannon, of course, is another person who is involved in this. What is this? Explain yourself. Bro, I'm not there. Stop. Stop saying I'm there. I was not there. Another prediction. Bolsonaro survives like 8 months max in this country. This is no place for a dying man. Yeah, he is admitted to the hospital, by the way. Bolsonaro's going to every country in the world to get the worst sickness possible to test out every hospital system. It's going to be like a food tour show, but for the most sick man alive. Yep. Yep. I make so many jokes about Brazil because A, their MMA fighters have made the funniest and most outlandish excuses for losing in the history of the sport, and B, they're just America. If you swap the English soup stock with Portuguese, they're just us. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. That's what I've been saying too. It's just like America, but not an Anglophile or Anglophone America. Well, how would you say it in Portuguese? What would it be? Lusophone? I don't know. We're slightly better than y'all. Don't say that. Come on, bro. Oh, this is also wonderful. Yeah. During the far-right storming of Congress, I guess someone was like selling cotton candy to the people there too. I mean, opportunity, man. That's opportunity, you know? Sigma grind set, baby. Never stop hustling. The hustle never stops. The hustle never stops. I mean, this is the exact same shit like these guys also would sell, Trump t-shirts. Like, there is an entire industry of Trump t-shirt salesmen that made a living off of selling the ugliest fucking Trump shirts you've ever seen. Okay? You just got to respect it. Anyway, so yeah, that's what's going on. Let's take a closer look at Stephen Bannon, Stephen Jebediah Bannon's,